Marky Mark, you want to step up and chat a little bit about the BuildaWhale?
Hey, how's it going? Yeah. So for those who don't know, BuildaWhale is a bidding bot. You send 50 cents SPD or more. We raised it because of things I'm going to talk about. And then we do a bid or a vote down in about 2 hours and 40 minutes. That's how our cycle works, similar to Booster and all the others. Nothing new there. And then we have human curation at the back end where we review all the posts that come in. There's about 100 plus a day. It's getting to be a lot more now. And we review it and we pick 5 of them each day. And we do out a daily digest and put that out on BuildaWhale as well. And then now we're doing a contest in a weekend where on Saturdays we announce the 5 best curated articles for the week, and then picked from all the curators. And then the community can go and vote up and pick which ones they think should win. And then the winners get whale shares for winning that. There's a first, second, and third place for that. And we announced it yesterday, and we're about to announce the contenders for this week. The other thing I wanted to announce is we now have 250,000 steam power. So we are now officially a whale. And we're dropping, I think it's like $33, $34 votes, and it's going up as the 7-day average of steam goes up. So it'll be in the 35, 40 range real soon. We also have a giveaway where anyone that re-steams our digest has an opportunity of winning a free sponsored curation. And like we said before, the sponsored curation is you could play 3 steam to BuildaWhale and bypass the entire queue and not have to be curated through all the 100 plus posts, and you'd be featured right at the top as a sponsored curation. And as long as it's not porn or anything unethical, we don't censor anything. We'll put you through there, and we'll read it and give you a human touch curation for that. And that's completely free if you win it through one of our giveaways. And then we have some other things that have come up that we're going to be doing. We're also considering doing a website that will feature the curated, digested content and featuring it on a website that's outside of Steam It. And that's most of what I had to talk about that's public right now. So I'll open up to questions or if anyone wants to chat about it.
Well, I just wanted to say, because of this, and I've been pretty pumped up since I heard this, since you told me what was going on and that you've gotten to this point. And just because of kind of the progression. So I'll just say, if anybody wants to go out and kind of show the progression through audio parts that from Project BuildaWhale on SoundCloud, you can download them. And maybe I'll just do it on, maybe I'll post something about it for like 300 Beyond Bit reward or something to have people posts, like kind of like, let's get a timeline of audio clips for you saying we have this much, we have this much, we have this much, you know, maybe to one of a little song in the background or something.
I'm sure Steam Power Picks has already started already.
Steam Power Picks is pretty good, man. I'm sure that he can do it if you ask him. But I will gladly pitch in toward it, man. To be honest, for something like that, I think that these are the types of things that if the community showcases them, this is your content, right? Like it's downloadable by everybody. You can go out and download it. It's raw. You can edit it to do whatever you want, except obviously lie and make it sound like MarkyMark, put his words together to say that he kills goats on mountaintops and eats their eyeballs, something weird. If you do that, we'll probably come after you. But other than that, definitely verified. But first, he dragon breaths them, right?
But hey, also, can I say something about BuildaWhale? I mean, TheMarkyMark is amazing. He's a great developer. Please consider voting him for witness too. I know he's not going to say it, but he's doing great things in the whole field of the nodes, and he's trying to work with a lot of these guys getting things fixed. He's helping a lot of people do their stuff, but he's not getting necessarily recognized enough for what he does. So if you guys, man, please vote for him for witness. His server's running pretty well. He knows what he's doing. He's a good person for us on Steam it, and just show some support.
Thanks, Nick.
Yes, and even Voice Shares is endorsing his witness campaign, and we have been promoting MarkyMark with each of our posts from the past 3 days. So we will continue to do so for all the amazing work he's trying to do.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Really quick, MarkyMark, I need to ask you about have you done anything with the website yet, or are you getting started on that?
No, it's something I'm thinking about. The one of the problems is a canonical thing is the duplicate content, which becomes very tricky, because the whole advantage would be for SEO reasons, but Steam it currently SEOs very well. That's not going to happen for long. It's about to get nerfed. So putting on a separate site would bring more traffic into Steam it. The problem is it's a canonical issue, because now you have the content in each one. You have to delegate which one is supposed to be the origin of the content, and you do that with a Google canonical tag. So I'd have to figure out which way. I'd probably want to do the site or something like that, so the traffic would come there and then go in or something like that. I haven't figured it out, but it was something I was thinking about. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it, because it does create two things in there. Unless if there was another reason for the site to gain traffic or have people on it, it doesn't serve a ton of purposes, but I was just thinking of ways of getting people funneled into Steam it.
Well, we actually have, the reason I bring this up is we have, it's not finished, but it's in MVP form for a website it's a front end website. It's going to be used, we're going to make it for EOS Talk, we're going to have it too. So quite literally, you'll have the trending content from there that you can actually kind of have a news visualization for the forums, right? So you might be out, you don't want to go looking at the forums on your cell phone, but you can go and check and see what the news site looks like and what's going on, right? And you can actually break it down into various tags and have a primary tag with sub tags underneath it, and all the things go there, and and the reason why I bring this up is in the current form, you might see that there's some tools that you have access to in there and some code that you can utilize. And I've paid for it. I mean, I need more people to probably work with it anyway. And I don't mind if people take it and it was supposed to be open source from the very beginning. I just got the guy who started building it was a very fun story that you guys can go listen to the archive of at any point in time. Looking back on it, it's actually quite funny, but it is available if you're interested in checking it over, man. You just have to be obviously stubbornly persistent to make sure I get you in connection with the guy.
Is it code, or is it actually a site that's going up?
It's the code. I believe that he made it as it was meant to be able to be a WordPress plugin.
Okay, because that's where I would go as WordPress if I was going to host it myself, because that's what I do.
Oh, well, it sounds like these two things might marry together then pretty well, buddy.
Yeah, I'll check a look at it.
Sounds good.
The other thing I wanted to mention is I posted a link earlier with some of the nodes going on today. Thanks for the witness, Nutella. I posted an image of all the nodes that are down right now, and there's 3 out of 5 are gone right now, and Privix is fixing things right now. So they didn't support all the plugins, so they shut it down. It's taking 6 to 12 hours to replay their blocks, and I still haven't seen an update of them coming back online. And I know a lot of people use them, like I was talking about before, how everything is centralized with the witnesses in a full node. So I was looking at doing a full node that would be public, and I thought maybe we could do a community one for whale shares or something like that, like minnow support did. But I'm still thinking about the technicalities of stuff like that. Right now, I'm setting up my second witness, so I have failover and stuff like that.
Well, sounds like something. I think we talked a little about this together last night. Maybe it was. Gosh, I've been staying up so late doing stuff. The night's trail. I think it was last night that we talked, but regarding the full node that you're planning on running for Steam, just make sure to let me know what you need as far as how much that costs to run it, and we can do that.
I will do.
At least until you get a witness, you know what I mean? Anybody have any questions or comments? We have about three minutes left.
The witness is about $50 to $100 for the hardware. Then you have to maintain it, which is interesting. Once you get high enough, like I'm getting high enough where it's kind of expected to have a backup, and then you need to double that. And then you need to have another server that basically can remote kill switch them, preferably 2. So you're looking at 2 to 4 servers when you start getting into the range that I'm in. And right now, you need a 16 gig server, and that's growing fairly fast. Well, you can get away with a smaller one, but it's 12 gigs right now, so you're pretty much at a 16 gigs right now, and it'll be breaking that, which means you'll have to get a 32 gig, which brings the price up a bit.
Did they fix the memory map problem? It was like 100 gigabytes now.
But you're talking most likely about a full node that requires 128 gigs, actually 104, but you're looking at a 128 gig server. And most people that are doing it are going for a 256 gig server because 128 is not going to last long. So you're talking very limited options when you start talking about that caliber server because there's just not many places that'll host it. If you do something like that, like Rackspace, which is a AAA hosting company, you're looking over $1,000.
Like per month or what?
Yeah, per month. And that's without any support or redundancy or anything like that.
And so are the earnings based on the top or?
There's absolutely no earnings for a full node, and that's what makes it suck. Is you're pretty much, it's the most expensive server you can rent. 256 is insane, and there's no benefit to the person hosting it. There's no financial reward or anything.
That's really weird. But so does the whole blockchain need to be in memory then?
Because the way it was designed was not really smart for scaling. And they're working on trying to fix that, but thanks to the witnessing zone.
Yeah, it's always better to, you read it and then, but it's better to hear it, it sounds more plausible or something like that,
Yeah. If you guys are wondering how I can tell you witness vote me like instantly, it's because I'm using a service called SteamWatch. It'll let you know if somebody witness votes you. It'll also let you know if somebody unwitness votes you. And then it also will tell you if you get notified in a post or something like that. It has a few other things like if someone posts or something like that, which it's kind of buggy, like setting it up. Once you have the alerts set, though, it's good. But actually setting them up, it takes a few tries sometimes.
Who makes SteamWatch?
I don't know. I set it up a couple days ago, and I don't know who set it up. I found out about it from Tim Cliff. But I was building something similar that would notify me through pushover about when I change rankings or somebody approves me or something like that, or I miss a block or something like that.
This is maybe...
It's made by Void.
You see, that's the problem that I have with that name. I don't know if that's serious or if it's like saying actually like kind of like null.
Hey, you should be a programmer, Fuzzy.
Yeah, it's the user Void, I guess. I'd even look at who made it. I just started checking out because Tim Cliff said it, and he's pretty damn cool.
Cool. MarkyMark.
No, it's real. It's at Void. I know it sounds funny, but that's actually his ID. So.
It does work awesome though, but it is really, really buggy. Like when you go and say, this is the person I want to monitor, it takes forever to do it. It takes like 4 or 5 tries. Thanks, Con Electric, for the vote.
Well, it seems like 15 minutes went by pretty dang quickly on this, but I will say, Marky, it made me smile when you're like, I'm at 250,000 steam power. It's BuildaWhale is now a whale. And I know, and I want to make this clear to everybody because TheMarkyMark, the way he's doing this is he's leasing steam power. So he's not doing this for his own profit quite as much as he is to try to make something that's extremely valuable, and intrinsically valuable, and putting money back into the buckets of people who are doing things that are bringing value. So it's a very important point, I guess, to bring up, to consider voting for him. And I'll say this, he's watching you on Steamwatch. So if you vote him up, he knows you did, buddy. So, anyway, all jokes aside, how do they reach out to you, MarkyMark?
Discord and Steam at Chad are where I usually hang out. And I can post a link for the Discord for BuildaWhale. But if you just tag me, you'll find me on most of the servers. Thanks, Nick. That's an Expire one, so you just have to use it today.
No, that should be that should be good for.
Oh, it is? Okay, I thought they had the same link because I recognize the an Expire.
Yeah, that's the one that's on the posts.
Okay, cool.
Okay, well,
and we are looking at doubling the steam power soon if this thing works out. But right now, it's not a profitable endeavor. We're trying to see if we could at least make it so we don't have to keep funneling fire into the thing to keep it to the next week.
Good job, man. These are the types of things like whenever I'm seeing what Xanox is doing, what Voice Shares is doing, MarkyMark, these guys have been coming here for quite some time now, and to be able to watch the seeds as they're planted start growing is probably one of the biggest blessings that these hangouts have offered me personally. And I'll just say, these are the types of things that, rather than focus on the television and all the negative stuff that's going on, maybe, just maybe, we can leverage this type of stuff, what we're doing here, to create a new model that shows people that they don't need to watch the negative shit on television, and that maybe they can actually create their own stories and archive their own stories, the good and the bad, and show it truthfully, honestly, and build value and prove it and show the world that you can go through troubling, difficult times and still emerge stronger and victorious. So with that said, I appreciate everybody who joins the Whaletank, and I look forward to watching you all become whales.